Welcome back. This is Rich again, back for an exclusive YouTube video blog. Tonight's YouTube video blog is about Inside the NBA on TNT, which is going into its 36th and final, perhaps, season. Inside the NBA on TNT is hosted by Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley are the analysts. Tell you about the history of the show and other stuff about it. First, these important messages of interest. Don't forget to listen to Crystal's Time Machine each and every Friday and Saturday night from 9 to 11 p.m. on WCAP 980, where everybody gets it. If you can't catch the show live, listen to the podcast exclusively on archive.org. Goes back to October 2015. Follow Crystal on Twitter at Crystal Amy John and Machine Crystal. Follow her on Instagram at Crystal Johnson. Follow her on Facebook, the official Crystal's Time Machine Facebook page, the official Crystal's Time Machine group page, and Game Show fan page. And follow Crystal on YouTube at Crystal Johnson. One exclusive video a week. Follow me on Twitter, Tweet7. Follow me on Instagram at Rich Celeso. And follow me on YouTube at Rich Celeso. 2 exclusive videos a week. And follow Dave Weatherman, Bruce's Bellick weather page. And follow Jen Johnson on Twitter. Okay, some news. Okay, and now back to the feature presentation. Tonight's video blog subject on YouTube exclusively is about Inside the NBA on TNT, which is after every doubleheader or playoff games that TNT airs of NBA action. It started in 1989-90 season on November 4th, 1989, and for the first season, it did not have any permanent host or analyst. They had rotated host, which included Craig Sager, Hannah Storm, Vince Chinelli, Tim Brando, and Fred Hitman. They just rotated it into the next season, second season, 1990-91, when Ernie Johnson took over as host of the show. And the first several years Inside the NBA was a recap of all of the NBA games. And once in a while, they would have guest analysts to sit in with Ernie Johnson, whether sometimes it was former NBA players or current NBA players or coach. The first analyst to be on the NBA, the Inside the NBA on TNT was Kenny the Jet Smith when he joined the staff full time when he retired in 1999. And in 2000, when Charles Barkley retired from the NBA, he joined Inside the NBA crew. And then that show really took off in the 2000s. And some of the stuff on the show was very funny and very controversial. And actually, in 2002, they had a kind of a little bit of a spin-off series called Listen Up with Charles Barkley, with Ernie Johnson hosting it for 1 year, but it did not get the ratings. And Inside the NBA won many sports Emmys. And in 2011, TNT added Shaquille O'Neal to with Charles and Kenny the Jet Smith and Ernie Johnson. They actually flirted with a third analyst on Inside the NBA on TNT during the 2000s. They had Chris Webber and Reggie Miller do it from time to time, but they really didn't have the chemistry with Kenny, Charles, and Ernie. And then they've been on there ever since with Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaquille O'Neal. And it's been one of the most popular sports shows of all time, winning so many Emmys. About 18 of them. 19 of them. In fact, they even they won the Kirk Gowdy Media Award in 2020 from the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. And with like the inside the NBA popularity, they even have reruns of it on like NBA.com, TNT Overtime, and NBA TV. And also they have segments of Inside the NBA, include Shacking a Fool, blooper segments, which was very, very funny. Also EJ's Neato Stat of a Night, and it was a kind of a humorous stat. And another one is Who He Played For, which is a customary game at the start of each and every season with an NBA journeyman player, which was, pretty good. And also Gone Fishing, when a team's knocked out of the playoffs. And Inside the NBA is probably the best studio show of all time in any sport. And most likely when the NBA on TNT rights end at the end of the 2024-2025 season, there's still some rumors about them somehow getting an injunction to get a package of games, which won't be very good if somehow the judge rules that they could get a piece of the NBA action. The NBA doesn't want to really have a fourth package for the media with Disney, ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Amazon Prime, that the Inside the NBA will kind of cease to exist as we know it at the conclusion of the 2025 Eastern Conference Finals. There's been a lot of rumors going around that Inside the NBA might still be on in 2025-2026, where on TNT Sports with Ernie, Charles only. But it would really not be Inside the NBA, in my humble opinion. They probably cannot show NBA highlights because they don't own it. What are they going to do? Like Inside the NBA, cover other sports, which that would be kind of ridiculous. And if this is the final season of Inside the NBA, sports television is losing a great, great institution. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, and Shaquille O'Neal are household names from every sports fan, even if they're not fans of basketball. They probably know who they are. So hopefully Inside the NBA this year goes out with a bang. So catch it on TNT or NBA TV. And that's about it. Thank you for all your support. I'll be back again soon.